Hello and welcome to another edition of Night Terror's Phantoms. We're continuing our series. Our next mission here in the Hounds is a escort mission, so we need to take the Atlas and the Highlander out of the equation due to their speed issues. We'll take a Battlemaster. Let's see. We take our Orion. It's not that slow for its speed. Maybe I'll take our Archer, and maybe another Archer, and we'll take our Gauss Rifle Marauder. Switch these guys out. Because I want Twinkle to be on the Marauder. And we're kind of going for raw firepower here with the Archers. Plus the Archers have their LRM so they can help the entire convoy. So we have two more missions in this flashpoint. I don't know if I'm going to split them up. We'll see what time allows. Might be able to fit both of them in. Hopefully we'll get through this first Bang of the Hounds mission fairly quickly. It's a fairly quick mission, basically an escort mission with some decent opposition. We should be fine though. But it moves fairly quickly because it's an escort mission. Generally those are fairly quickly resolves because quite simply if you keep the convoy moving, there's a set time associated with these escort missions. All right, we're all set. All right, so we're going to take out some pretty simple enemies to secure the convoy point, basically some vehicles. So we'll set up to take those out quickly. That's probably a stalker, would be my guess. LRM carrier, we got to take this off the field quickly. Fortunately, they don't have a lot of armor, especially these versions, which are very unarmored. You know, our goal here should be pretty much one-shot kills. Got a demolisher here. Not very well armored. Would have been nice to have gotten that guy with one hit. Alright, he's almost destroyed. So let's just see if we could take him out with our lasers, because we need to save our missiles for later. There we go. Alright, our Battlemaster has no target, so let's sprint forward so he can take out a target on the next round. Again, we're trying to finish these guys off as quickly as possible. Alright, urban assault vehicle, they have pretty good weapons on them. Alright, one thing you'll notice is I actually increased the, if you've watched the series before, I've increased our Gauss rifle ammo on the Marauder, so we don't have to worry so much about weapon compensation. I added an extra ton of ammo. Looks like it's tonnage well spent if we can be more aggressive about using our Gauss rifle. All right. All right, I'm going to try to push through this quickly. We're not going to seize the convoy point until everybody is at the convoy point. Since we're using heavy mechs, we want to try to move as far along the route as possible before we trigger this. I'll probably use the archer, one of the archers, to seize the convoy route once we get in good position here. So I know the route because I've done this lots of times. So let's put ourselves in good positions to quickly take out the next wave, because we're going to have 3 waves of vehicles that we need to deal with. So we're going to set up ourselves well. Shoot. All right, one more round of setting up. Actually, it'll get us in really good positions here. And we use this last archer as our goalkeeper, keeping things moving on the convoy. Everybody else will just focus on taking out the threats. All right, so basically just some dialogue there saying they can't communicate with the drivers of the convoy. Probably nothing to worry about, but of course we know that is going to be something to worry about. All right. So we're up against a Hatchet Man, Cicada, Centurion, and a Phoenix Hawk here. So I would argue the biggest threat here for the convoy is probably the Hatchet Man. So let's see if we can take him out. Not quite. We did get a head injury though. All right. Again, I'm going to keep working on this Hatchet Man just because its melee ability is probably the most dangerous threat. We'll just get that off the field. No problem. Convoy's moving forward. Keep our archer moving. Luckily, his LRMs can get into this fight. Let's see, 60% on the Centurion, 60% on the Cicada. Let's hit the Cicada. Probably the easiest weapons to get off the field here. All right, we'll move our Battle Master up. He'll engage the biggest threat, which is the Centurion here. Also the best hit percentage on his weapons. It's a fully armored Centurion. It's going to take a couple rounds to push through that guy one-on-one. All right, the Phoenix Hawk shoots, but it does not jump, which means the AI is not using the Phoenix Hawk correctly. We're going to take advantage of that, see if we can take out this Phoenix Hawk before it gets evasion built up. Headshot. All right, there goes the Phoenix Hawk, no problem. Gotta love Gauss Rifle. Gauss Rifle plus Master Technician. Your chances of getting a headshot are 1 in 3, which means, you know, in 3 rounds of firing, you can always take down any opponent. All right, we're in a good place here. Let's do some multi-target. Use our LRMs to help on that Centurion. Everything else, hopefully, will finish off the Cicada. Nice hits on that Centurion. Didn't finish off the Cicada. That's okay. All right. Let's see. We can do some multi-target here. See if we can finish off the Cicada. Not quite. All right, we did turn the Centurion into a pogo stick, so that's good. All right, we need the Battle Master to push forward. See if we can't finish off the Centurion. Have to turn off that large pulse just because of heat. All right, you got knocked down on the Centurion. Convoy's moving forward. We've taken minimal damage to our lance, which is good because we're going to have another wave of enemies before we get these guys out of here. All right, Our convoy helped finish off that Centurion. That's great. Cicada. All right, we're going to sprint our Marauder up, get it in a good position to do some sniping to cover the evac. Let's move up our archer as much as we can. And we'll finish off this Cicada. Save our LRMs. Perfectly done. Let's keep this convoy moving. That's the big key for these convoy missions, is just keep that convoy moving. Speaking of that, teacher's now out of position. We're going to have to sprint him for a round. Sprint the battle master for a round. Sprint the archer for a round. Yeah, we can move up the marauder here just so we can engage at long range against the next group of enemies. All right, here comes the reinforcement lance. They actually landed a little closer than they have in the past. I think that might be a tweak to the flashpoint. In the flashpoint, usually they were a little further away in the past, so either that's just a quirk or they've actually made a change to the flashpoint. Probably just to make this a little harder. We're going to go through this round at record time, which means we should be able to finish this flashpoint off. All right, move the Marauder up. Go for a headshot on this quick draw. Maybe we'll get lucky here. Yep. All right, one target down. Hey, you know, if my pilots have the skill to take out an enemy, why not do it? All right, we got an Orion. Becomes the primary target here, so we'll push forward. We also have a Black Knight. All right, so we'll target the Orion first because it's probably the biggest threat to the convoy. That's a fully armored Orion, so it's going to take a couple rounds to push through unless we can get a headshot. All right, luckily our rear guard can bring all of its missiles to bear. Again, we'll actually has a higher hit chance on the Black Knight, so let's target that because we're going to have to take out the Black Knight as well. Might as well start hitting that one. Good angle there. All right, we're going to push forward the Battle Master. Again, heat is a problem. It's the biggest problem with these, I call them moon maps. Basically, it's just barren planets that don't have an atmosphere, is they get so hot. Doesn't make sense because technically Earth space is very cold, so I don't understand why these planets would respond this way. You would think that they would be good against heat because space is very cold, but go figure it out. It's because video games. as the developers at Harebrained Schemes recently said on on their own YouTube channel, sometimes you can't overthink video games. All right, so it's just us. We can get to the evac zone. Yeah, I mean theoretically we could get to the evac zone here, but I think we can just finish these guys off because salvage, right? Right, we'll do some multi-target here. As you can see, we're running really hot. Actually, we're going to get more bang for our buck if we just use our SRM4s here. Fortunately, this Black Knight is probably only going to be able to shoot one time with everything before it starts to overheat because it's so energy dependent. Push forward. Keep hitting this Black Knight. All right, knocked down on that Black Knight. Hopefully it won't be able to fire at us again before we take it out. That works out pretty good. I'd love to finish off this Black Knight here, but this Orion definitely is the bigger threat here. See if we can finish off this Black Knight on the ground. Missed on that shot. Probably should have gone center torso. Fortunately, that Orion is really overheating. There we go. Structural damage on the Orion. It pushed its heat too far. All right, speaking of heat, let's see if we can just finish off this Orion. There we go. That's good. Oof. Another good hit on that Battle Master. Got plenty of precision strikes here. Let's see if we can just finish off this Black Knight. Actually, it's just take some shots at the head. Got a head hit there. Just trying to maximize salvage at this point. Hey, we've got repairs to pay for. There we go. That was worth a try. Have a convoy, but they aren't answering their comms. All right. So we're going to find out that the convoy is actually going to be taken by our enemy. Spoiler alert. Which will lead to a third mission. I think we can power through that right now. It's going to be a short video, but I think we can push through and finish this flashpoint here. And minor damage on our Battlemaster. No injuries. Alright, don't know how. We got one Black Knight part. Ooh, AC 20 ++. We have to take that. That's a nice AC 20 amp weapon. So we had to take that. That's fine. It's one thing to keep in mind with consecutive drops is that all of your salvage gets dumped into one opportunity for salvage. So once you get to the point that you see enough parts that you are going to max out your salvage, there's really no point in really trying to be super aggressive about maxing your salvage. Just take your opponents down quickly. That's one negative of consecutive drops. All right, so we're going to have some dialogue here. So basically, our opponents have Kel's family as hostages. So we basically find out that the protagonist here is actually a former member of the Hounds, and she's forcing a duel here. And she says if we win the battle, then the hostages will be set free. Pretty straightforward. So this gives us a flashpoint choice. We can either do a straight up fight, or we can basically betray them and try to. I'm just going to stick with the fight. Usually I do that. It works out pretty well. So we're going to fight with the Hounds. So Bang of the Hounds 3. All right, so they're going to take an Orion and a Battlemaster. So those spots are locked. So we're going to take our two best mechs here for this situation. It's going to be the Atlas and the Highlander. Atlas has good energy efficiency. Highlander has good energy efficiency. I'm going to have to keep the Highlander to the rear. Now we're going to be able to control these two non-player characters in the actual battle, so we can just keep the Highlander to the rear and use its firepower, and I'll use the Atlas and the other. So we got a Battlemaster, a Atlas, and an Orion to form a front line, and then we have the Highlander to provide significant fire support. So we should be okay here. It's a four skulls, as you would expect, because it's the climax of this flashpoint. And we're going to have waves of reinforcement. So it's going to be important that we are smart about how we take damage. And we need to take enemies down quickly as possible. So maybe I should have taken the Marauder instead of the Highlander in retrospect, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I probably should have taken the Marauder, but yeah, we'll stick with it. All right, so we need to do, we're going to have 3 waves of opponents. So again, we need to take opponents down as efficiently as possible. All right, so oh, okay. So this is a change that comes with the DLC. They gave our Battle Master a large pulse, which means it's going to have a good alpha strike, but that's an energy build, so we're going to have to watch. And the same thing with Morgan Kell. He's got an energy build as well, which is not really the best loadout for this mission, but we're kind of stuck with that. All right, let's keep pushing forward. So it looks like it's going to be a 3 versus 3 battle, I think. So we need to push forward. We need to make the most of the alpha strikes here. Nope. So it's going to be 8 versus 4, and then we're going to have reinforcement, another wave. So again, it's going to be very important that we push forward here because the reinforcements are going to come right up our back. So we need to do, one thing we can actually do is really try to make the most of our precision strikes here. Try to take some targets down quickly because these energy builds are not going to be to our advantage. Now we got an archer. All right. The problem with that archer is it's gonna eat up our armor. Yeah. Our Orion's already in trouble here. Let's hope we can make the most. See, this Battlemaster's already overheating and it hasn't even fired yet. Hopefully, oh, miss with that large laser was really bad. We really needed to take out a target quickly there. Luckily, that other cataphract missed. All right, we're gonna move up. It's probably the best. We gotta make sure we. I think we have to go after this archer here. course, we missed on our ACs. That is not good. All right, we're gonna have to focus our missile firepower on this cataphract that's already almost down. We got to take one of these guys out every round or we're gonna be in trouble. All right, at least they switched targets from the Orion. That works out in our favor. Let's see if we can get the Orion away from some of these targets. As you can see, he's already overheating. All right, we're gonna have to hit this cataphract again. Let's try to, we can't go for. Yeah, we have to hit this cataphract. Go for the center torso here. That's not what I was hoping for. All right, here comes those reinforcements again. All right. I think we lost a PPC there, but then again, really he can only fire one PPC at a time. Pilot injury, doesn't really matter with Morgan Kell. All right, we got to try to fish off this cataphract here. Very important. Again, we got a laser build here. It's not going to help us very much unless we give up those LRMs. It's one problem with the cataphract is they are pretty sturdy. All right, we're going to do multi-target here. We're overheating. Have to turn off our lasers. All right. Multi-target. Multi-target here. Probably could have gotten knocked down there, but I wanted to see if we could finish off that cataphract. Not quite. All right. Let's keep moving Morgan Kell away. All I can really do is hit with this PPC. That helps. All right. Orion's getting ripped up pretty good. Not much we can do about that, unfortunately. Ooh, structure exposed on our Battlemaster. Not what we want there. All right, let's see if this Battlemaster can just finish off this Cataphract with some melee and give it a round to cool off. No. That thing... Those Cataphracts can take a lot of damage. Not good. All right, let's move up our Atlas. Got to do multi-target here. Problem is the heat is only going to build up more and more here. It's going to become unsustainable. Wow. All right, we're not going to be able to use the ultra cannons at all. All right. All right. A, A, B. Try to get knocked down on that archer. Not quite. Darn it. These guys are just lasting too long. That's the big problem. Knocked down on the archer. Oh, that cataphract is killing me. That is the big problem. Okay, they're going to keep hammering that Orion. Move the Orion up. See if we can at least finish off this archer, maybe. No. Oof. All right. I don't do this very often, guys, but this is not looking good, so we're just going to try this again. I'm not above admitting that I screwed up. So you'll very rarely see me do this in a video, but I think not taking my Gauss rifle was a mistake. See, part of the problem is they gave us Hounds that are maxed out for energy, which really is not helping us here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to redo this. We'll take the Marauder, so I can hopefully get some sniper kills, because this was just taking way too long. And then what we'll probably do is try to keep moving forward to the enemy so we can alternate with those two Hounds with alternate shots with melee. That's going to be the way to do it. So, hey, I'm not above admitting that I made a mistake. So we're definitely going to take our Atlas and we're going to take our Archer. Also going to take our best pilots. That's another thing I did wrong. So we're going to take Twinkle and we're going to take Majestic, who are our two best pilots. And give this thing another go. Again, hardly ever do this on videos, but I think this is a reason for an exception. Kind of lesson learned on what we need to do. They changed up this flashpoint a little bit, and just enough. If I remember correctly, the original starting lance that you're up against was mediums, a mix of mediums and heavies, and they've really upped up the opposition here. So I think we need to use some Gauss rifle opportunities here. Okay, just waiting for this to load up. And we'll give this another go. All right, let's sprint forward. Yeah, I think we're going to have to put ourselves in a position where we alternate between energy shots and melee. So we're going to have to get in close. That really hurts our hit chance with those PPCs, but I don't really see a way around it. All right, because, why would they fight fair? It's one thing I find ironic. We're just going to push forward because we're going to have to get in brawling range as close as quickly as possible. All right, we got a grasshopper. That definitely changes the scenario a little bit. A blackjack. See, these opponents are much easier than what we were facing before. Maybe I just got a bad dice roll there. So I think we're actually going to sprint in on the first round here because I need to get these guys in melee range. There's no way around it. Thunderbolt. Oh, and a Marauder. Okay. That Marauder's definitely going to be our first target. All right, again, we're going to sprint in with the energy builds. We don't really have a choice. Same things with our Atlas here. We got to sprint in. We got to close in on these opponents. All right. Now Twinkle should pull back. We got to put this Gauss rifle to use. Nice. All right. Definitely much better off taking the Marauder. In retrospect, it's a pretty easy decision because we just took our biggest threat off the field right there. All right. All right, let's try to all right, we got to make the most of our shot here. In addition to doing multi-target, doesn't look like it's gonna slightly matter. Got to work on that Thunderbolt. It's got a ton of armor on it. So is that Grasshopper. Mm. All right, I'm thinking there's some archers down there. Morgan Kell's already in trouble. They tend to always go after Morgan Kell in this mission, which is fine. He can't really die, so I mean, I guess that isn't too bad. All right, they're going to push forward pretty aggressively here. All right, let's try to get a little bit of cover from those missiles. And this guy's going to overheat. All right, it's, actually, we have to save our precision strike for the Gauss rifle. So let's hope we can break something on this Thunderbolt. No. All right, now this is going to move up. All right, we're going to have to take the highest hit percentages here. Make this count on this Grasshopper, hopefully. Oh, nice hits on that Grasshopper. He's unsteady. Really needed that. Grasshopper is going to pull back for a round. Really big for us. All right, let's see if we can Maybe get lucky on this Thunderbolt. Yep. Yeah. The next time I ever consider not taking my Marauder on a mission will be the last time because it's unnecessary. you know, I mean, it's kind of gamey using the Gauss rifle for headshots, but I mean, they really do give you significant numerical advantage in some of these missions. So you need something in your favor. All right, we need to get Morgan Kell. He can't get in melee range, and I don't want him to actually get in melee range of this grasshopper because he's already got damage. All right, so we can do this. Grasshopper's still pretty effective. There's nothing we can do to help the Orion there. It kind of has to take a round or two of damage because they always go after Morgan Kell. All right, that sucks. That's okay. That's all right. Did I want to lose him that early? No, but he can't be killed, so we're okay. Don't feel too bad. Morgan will be back. That's probably a spoiler, but keep working on this grasshopper. Can use this AC-20 here. All right, took off a lot of firepower off that grasshopper. That's really good. All right, are we going to get 3 in a row with this Gauss rifle? Maybe. Yep. Thank goodness for that Gauss rifle. Hey, it's part of the game. And, they put us in a horrible tactical situation. We're outnumbered, we're outgunned. Oof, those LRMs are going to be a problem. We got to take away vision. See, they're getting vision from that grasshopper. So if we can take out that grasshopper, then they can't just missile us to death. There's probably at least a couple archers down there. All right. We're going to keep our ACs off because we don't have the heat ability for it actually. Save our LRMs. Okay. Let's see if we can finish this guy off with melee. Good. Now we can cool down. All right, so now the enemy has to come for us. All right, so as you can see, we've got at least 3 enemies, probably 4. So we're actually going to play smart here. Let's put the Marauder, try to get the Marauder up on this cliff so we can get some good headshots with it. All right, if they can't get vision, our Marauder should be okay. Yep, 4 enemies. Except they got lock on the Marauder. Damn it. It's alright, it can actually handle a couple rounds. Sprint. You need to give these guys another target. I moved the Marauder too aggressively there. That was my mistake. Alright, so let's actually move the Marauder back for a round. We need to get them engaged, and then we'll move up the Marauder. They want to keep hitting the Marauder. Should be okay for a round. Alright. Alright, we need to sprint around this corner so they'll start hitting everybody else. Try to get some vision on what we're looking at here. Yep, Archer, Trebuchet. They were going to try to missile us to death. Kind of an ambush. All right, let's sprint up the Marauder so we can start using that Gauss rifle next round. Has good evasion as well. It's okay. Marauder can handle it. Oh, we got a catapult as well. So first target for that Marauder is going to have to be that Archer. It's all right. Marauder's got lots of armor for that reason. So we need to push forward. Let's make the most of this alpha strike on this catapult. It's probably the only chance we're going to have to use it. And we've got some precision strikes available. So let's hit for the center torso with that large laser. Nice, nice. All right, we got another precision strike. If I can hit this center torso. Yes, all right. That's a lot of firepower off the field right there. And we got another catapult. No wonder there's so many missiles heading our way. Gonna hit the Battlemaster hard, that's all right. All right, Twinkle. All right, you're gonna move right there. Not the best range for our Gauss rifle. Come on, baby. Nice. All right, there goes about 60% of their firepower right there. All right, we're in good shape. All right, we got to keep closing with this Battlemaster. Try to break some things off this Trebuchet, but we don't have a lot of firepower. We got one more Alpha Strike with this Atlas. Nice. All right. All right. I doubt we'll pull this off 5 in a row. Pretty unlikely. Oh, we did. All right. Can't say enough about a Gauss rifle. Is it gamey? Yeah. Do I regret using it? No. All right. Let's just use our last AC-20 barrage. Didn't finish him off. Let's finish this off with some melee. Hopefully. No. Yeah, we got knocked down though. So that's fine. Let's see if our MVP can finish this off. Yeah, we'll just go for the center torso. All right, there we go. Lesson noted, never not take my Gauss rifle on a mission, ever. Although I will have to say the all right. Morgan Kell was killed, but that's not possible because he's going to be back. So that's kind of an unusual situation. Let's see what they do here. Any plus weapons here? Ooh, yes, please. Please, please, please. That's awesome. Yeah, let's take that other LRM-15. Now, Morgan Kell's not going to be dead because he's going to be part of the final dialogue, so we'll just ignore the fact that he was killed. All right, so I just wanted to push through that flashpoint. Got an archer to sell. Morgan Kell's back from the dead. It's a lot of dialogue, basically him just talking about how his past caused this, blah, blah, blah. And he goes back into retirement. Just worked with a legend, yada, yada, yada. Again, you can pause it if you want to see that. So we get $1 million in payout. Ooh, LRM arm mod plus 10 melee stability damage. That's pretty good. Ooh, TTS plus ballistic. I think we might put that into our Marauder. AC 5++, that's pretty good. Some Kentaro parts. AC 20+, so not a bad payout. Didn't get anything we haven't seen before, but all right, and that's the end of the flashpoint. So we're gonna stop this video here, and we'll see you soon on another edition of Night Terror's Phantoms. Talk to you soon.